P4 wearing the jersey, all lined up and ready to go. And you can also from Soudal Quickstep with a world champ tucked in behind. The European champion, of course, so on display here. That's Fabio Jakobsen. It's his play today, so he's got 4 teammates in front of him. He has just tucked in. In fact, he's got 5. He's got the out train. They're going for the full Monty on rails, presumably.
Which I think now be around the kind of 5 kilometres to go. I think if the world champion goes to the front, it will be around the 3 kilometre to go. So I think the fact that so many of the lead-out trains are full at the moment with 5, 6 riders, there is that distance to go to the finish. I'm just judging on how long they've got to go to the finishing line, determined by how many riders there are in front of the sprinter. So I think still about 4 or 5 to go at this moment. But it looks as if Astana are looking after Gleb Syriza a little bit better.
They are. Giacomo just being brought up here. I think Rick Zabel and he's helping him out. But Israel Premier Tech are going to have another option today. Got another flyer. Just decided to take it on the right-hand side. Just a little injection of pace. Giovanni Lonardi going long. He's given to do it on occasion. We'll catch up with him in a few moments' time while we on the pack. The long lead-out train, courtesy of HTC, really, and their magnificently long lead-out train started to copy. Days past shorter trains these days, as Brian was saying. 3 is your best bet within the last, and a possible 1 lead-out man ahead of you. With what can be a technical, and we've got a little bit of that today. Shame to have our distance marker for you, but from the profile lead-outs, we're assuming that we still around about 3 kilometres to go for the time being. They haven't possibly a little bit longer than that. It's a good showing, Brian.
Yeah, it looks like one of the medals has darted off the front there and given it something. Is that Ocampo, the rider from Medellin of Sevilla, who was in the original break? That big effort he's soon brought back in. Still Ineos in the red over on the left-hand side. There's still numbers out which suggest they still are, maybe 5 kilometres from the finishing line. Get the less riders that are in front of the lead-out. And the world champion sitting in 3rd place at the moment. Got, Jan Hurt up there. So Lampard as well. So there's still with the Ant in full swing, even with the riders that are off the front. You couldn't do that if they were a swing for the lead out.
Total Energies still embedding themselves, Danny Oscar, and joining the fray. Looking a little bit back, Ineos Grenadiers with Viviani. We have Attilio is also being brought up. Slightly more plumb, also it can be confused with that Ineos also being brought up as well. He finished in 10th today. This is a long straight run, Brian. I've still got about 4 kilometres to go.
It's and then we start. It's just a number in front of the sprinter. The more numbers, the further are from the actual sprint. So, holding pattern at the moment with the attack suggests that they aren't at full speed. So there's still a little bit to go. But when they start to peel off, they start to get faster. So that'll give you how close we are getting to the finishing line.
Well, you can hear the bikes from the finish line with the police going through, which means this will be done in about the next 2 minutes. That's what the ping sound is that's coming over into your head for the time being. Attilio Viviani, the form. We also got Chimbuster Quintero. That's Mauro Chesi, in sort of a pinky red up towards the front. Looking at Astana, they really fancy this one. And Gleb Syriza, he can keep hold of Geni Gidic late on for Astana. Handsome place. Elo Cometa with Giovanni Leonardo involved. Apologies for the sirens that are going through your heads at the moment. That's such line. Sounds like they've quietened them down, thank heaven. 4 hours and 18 minutes in the night. Thanks for the time, but we'd like the distance to go, please. That would be handy. No markers at the side of the road either. And I'll keep playing this very cagily, Brian. We've got last 5 kilometres. We have for about 2.5 kilometres, another left-hander, a third left-hander, and to bring us to the line. When we indeed get to that point, is any guess? If the next one is a long left-hander, then I'll kind of know where we are. 19 minutes is the saddle today. It's been a long one, hasn't it? 201 kilometres have been. It very much looks like we're at this within the last 3 or 4 kilometres at the moment. And Ineos Grenadiers, absolute rails for the time being. Eli Viviani played it safe. Left-hand turn coming up for you right now. For our finish line, because there's a couple of shimmies to be taken. How long this one lasts, we may well be closer at hand than perhaps we first thought. They're going to the safe side of the road. They do that. They open it up dead centre. No sign of Team DS expecting them to be in the fray today with Welsford, but he took a Bimco Evenepoel just planted at the world champion for Soudal Quick-Step. You can see fourth position is Fabio Jakobsen. Behind is Peter Sagan's team. Opens up the centre of the road and them spearing up through the centre in their blue. They will be a factor today. Well, the sound well of that crash to serve him well is anybody's guess. Aston as well. They are working for Rista. No sign of Giacomo Nizzolo. I am certain he is bound to be in the mix. As yesterday, they come over the levee here, the old dried riverbed. That's the long trend. Be a left-hander coming up for you in just a few. Really starting to pace this one, Brian.
Yeah, they're about 3 kilometres ago, because now it's kind of starting to stretch things out a little bit now, with down to 2 riders in front of Viviani, so we're getting closer. But you know, the team of Soudal got the numbers at the front. They've got 3 riders in front of the European champion, and they're all queuing up trying to get on wheel.
Well, here's your right-hander and a very close at hand, and the about to come flags just hanging limp upon there. Comes the leader of the race, Sam Bennett, very, very late to the party, just sort of driving it up to the road right now. Peter Sagan making a response, and we last 300 metres heads up for you right now. Unfortunately, screening is just for the time being. Sam Bennett's in the front. He's making a great move at the moment. Shoulder to shoulder stuff going on. Evenepoel's just out of it at the moment. It's going to be between the pair of them. A good pickup by Nizzolo as well, who's looking strong. And here comes Gaviria spearing up the centre. Throw is it? Oh, it's Jakobsen that gets there in the end. The European champion holding off Fernando Gaviria and Sam Bennett. Apologies once again that we were.
Well, Gaviria was fighting there in our picture. Nizzolo was also. He was sat down at this moment. Came close in the end. Yeah, Jakobsen wins that quite clearly by a bit. But yeah, some other riders up this, I have to say. But yeah,
great to see and wonderful.
Fabio Jakobsen, you know,
is our overall leader. Same time as